Why was future Gohan not as powerful in his timeline? Well, the answer to this is because he didn't have Goku around to train him. If we look back at the series and you look at future Gohan and his time, he didn't get a chance to properly get trained by anybody besides his training with Piccolo on Earth when he first met him. But besides that, Gohan ended up going to Namek and pretty much dealing with Frieza and just learning how to fight and get experience. But he still never fully learned any full on training. He only got like a year of training with Piccolo. After that, he never trained with Goku because Goku returned in their timeline from Yardrath and defeated King Code and Frieza. Now, of course, the 3 years that pass and the android shows up and Goku dies from a heart virus, which we don't know if what type of things happen in between that time frame. It is a lot different from the main timeline because they was training for the androids. In this timeline, they didn't know the androids were going to show up, so they probably weren't training as hard. And at this time, they probably could just been catching up because there wasn't really a time for like Gohan to really catch up with his dad from the time from Raditz all the way up to the end of Namek. So at this time, Gohan never learned to properly do any type of training, and this is obvious because even for Future Trunks only got some type of training from dealing with Vegeta and just experiencing what he's seen. But there's a good chance if Vegeta and Trunks had trained with Goku in the time chamber, they could have become just as powerful, which would have probably increased their chances of becoming even stronger. And even probably Future Trunks even get a higher boost in power. With him being a Saiyan hybrid, he probably would have had access to a lot of powers just like Gohan would have. But due to him just wanting to spend time with his dad, and Vegeta being stubborn and not wanting to train with Goku or anything like that and do everything his way, it was definitely a difference in power. Now, as we could see, if Goku was around and at least had some time to train Gohan in the future, and he's able to learn some of Goku's techniques and training, he would have definitely become way more powerful and did a more effective way of training, and probably become more powerful to fight the androids in his timeline, which in turn he would have been able to train Trunks as well and teach him the proper way of training to get stronger as well. Besides that, they didn't really know all of Goku's knowledge of training from all the different masters that he had. As we can see now in Super, Vegeta, by him training with Whis and actually having a master who's actually teaching him techniques and certain things about training, Vegeta is becoming on par with Goku, maybe even stronger than Goku, because now he's learning all the things that Goku have and all the knowledge. But this could have been the same case for future Gohan as well. Or just imagine if future Gohan was the one to return to the past instead of future Trunks, and just imagine how powerful he would have been if he got that chance to go and train with Goku in the time chamber, and they spend that time and did that. That would have just been, we would end up having possibly maybe 2 Super Saiyan 2s at this time. And this time, future Gohan would have been a lot more, he's not like current Gohan, who's more gentle in a sense of not wanting to fight. He would have definitely had no problem fighting Cell and finishing him off. So things would have definitely been different if future Gohan was the one to go to the past, and also if he had Goku around to train him and actually teach him the knowledge of having a master and learning techniques and learning the proper way to train and control his ki and all different types of studies in martial arts like current Gohan was able to learn in the time chamber with Goku.